So basically, everything gets stored in this graph. Today, the village and I are going to have a builder battle, but here's the twist. Everything we build comes to life. And trust me, we're going to build a ton of stuff today, yep. Even that, and those two. Don't skip ahead, because you'll want to see all of it, and our battle will have more than one participant. You can already see the themes, and if everything's making sense so far, I just have one thing to ask. The village and I don't want to lose our brand new creations in the mangrove, just like that. We want to keep our awesome new Minecraft builds. Trust me, this is going to be super fun. Even if defeat is waiting for us, we're ready to take on the challenge, whether it's building roads or ships. Caramon's got some words of wisdom, and with all the searching and learning happening around the world, sometimes even the village forgets about these things. Honestly, ID already decided who was going to build first, yep. ID made up my mind way ahead of time. You know how it goes. Whenever someone new joins the game, they always want to shake things up. But as for me, I'm not about that old stuff. I've got my own plans, and trust me, the usual tricks just won't cut it here. So, in this school, instead of making something out of nothing, I'm going to create something totally unique. But, of course, my rival NS and his uncle just can't stop bragging seriously. They never let up. But hey, whatever happens, we're coming in first, you know? There was this one time in the mangroves, with one of the scariest, most lively creatures on the globe, and that's when I realized, yeah, I'm definitely not cut out to be a builder. By the way, I'm not about to build just any old wall right now. I'm going for something truly epic, something terrifying. I just hope the village is building something that can actually stand up to my masterpiece. If their kid doesn't show up looking bigger than mine, well, adding all those details is going to be super tough. That's why, first things first, we're making my guy just a bit bigger. This is going to be the main part of the story. We'll add all the crazy details later, but right now, we need to move on to the arms. Building those won't be easy, but hey, I'm definitely going to give it a shot. Let's just smash it out right now and see what happens. I think the arm looks pretty good enough to hold up anyway. We'll do the same thing on this side, and boom, both arms are done. The core of the whole thing is right in the middle, like the heart of the operation. Hey, am I a builder or what? Either way, Edward, we need to add some stuff you don't see on other builds, like, imagine a crown made out of diamonds. What an idea, right? The horns are ready too, so let's hurry up and make this promise a reality. Looks like the village is throwing together something that's not even worth a dime, honestly. That's exactly why we're starting with the head, gotta make it stand out. Now I know, that's what we need to separate it from the rest. Robert Downey looks scary if you check out his SMS. It's like he's made of pure matter, and on this trip, he doesn't even have eyes. Just imagine that for a second. Yeah, my building skills are on another level, I'll admit it. We'll add all sorts of blocks to our minister to make him look awesome, something like this. You guys see the eyes on the boots? Yeah, probably not, right? If we do it this way, there's no difference from pirates anymore. Whatever, now it looks like a cross between both of them and a watchdog's dinner. I'm not changing this part anymore, let's just get rid of it. No eyes in winter, right? Thinking about it, I realized our minister is missing a crown. He's just a regular minister, stuck in his office, clueless about the bling. That's the idea behind this little bowl league, but the real magic happens with the final block. If I had hands, I'd say, awesome. But hey, whatever happens, let's just go with the flow. I hope you guys get what I'm going for here. That's what I'm doing today. What do you think? Will this statue make the cut or not? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I mean, it kind of looks like him, right? Now, let's wait for the masterpiece of our village to be built, and we'll mark it out together. This is going to be a real showdown. Before we keep rolling with the video, please hit that subscribe button. Seriously, I spent my whole Sunday just working on this video for you. If you know the channel, you know I'm not doing this for nothing. I mean, come on, I'm not just wasting my time here, right? And hey, I was about to give away 400,000 at the end, but if we hit 2 million subscribers, that's enough for me. I'm putting my heart into this, just like a village guy building a mosque. If December comes and my apprentice splits off, let him be the first to act in the December series, and let's see if that's better. You, too, stay tuned right here.
Don't think you can walk around carefree saying, finally, it's all set. It's not easy, only about 2 to 7% make it that far. Building a union house, Amir, just so you know, okay, I got a bit off topic. The pressure built by the exchanger, what's that about? It's like it just gets sucked up and disappears in the battle, but if it holds, you have no idea how strong the mushroom is. Yoga's good, but for a solid household, you gotta know the diastolic ram's breath in the main block, right? Or maybe not? DY just stood there looking back, holding on to that hadith. Then I'll just multiply the line by 10, keep it wide open, and let the on-duty Russian patron handle it when it gets late. Only the Versace crew allowed.
Talking about all the stuff that's happened at the Ashma Garden, I'm just saying, what's this form, Sammy? Is half a mushroom still a mushroom? At this stage, holding on to Tvut and Fath, science, and of course, if iron sees fire, you know the snow's gonna melt for sure. As for the laws of the disease's father, well, we'll see about that when you say girl's eyes. Muhammad Ali, let me check out that craven in the pit. What's the info there? In that area, it just stops, and the frogs analyze their own survival. The press on November 8th, yeah, am not exactly a great builder, am I? The Arab thing, in the end, is just an invisible, confusing, slightly stronger version. Yazanovna personally trusted me. The octopus, Muh, next time I'll try to do better. Fasting also kind of feels like an 8, but not really. The mangrove gets it, everyone knows how to boost it, with the district MBMT and, oh, another ball in the village. Right now, nobody's letting go of what they've done. I wasn't the one. Even when FFN is used, it's finally time to bring back what we've seen.
With the sound of drums in the background, Anvar's faith and the mushroom were all the Ragath are about to battle it out. Vardan points at this mushroom, but Green doesn't get it, and I have no clue what's happening to me in the total chaos. Everything's been sold out. It's all a setup, a racket, and the noise is just a special belly dance. He said there'll be neither a meeting nor a direction. Do you really think force is being used? Mayanova just goes down and dials a regular number. This is the real mushroom, boiled and ready for a showdown, a real fight.
From them, this clowning around looks like a tattoo, just like you see in the village. The so-called life mushroom is totally useless. NVE bribes, judges being bought basically, the referee just rains down decisions. It's all a mess, but even the subscribers can't figure it out. When everyone gets poisoned by the mushrooms, you see the reputation blanket gets pulled. But personally, I don't count myself in that, and you probably don't know who does. Go ahead and write to the referees, or to the Quran row at Princeton. There was another, not even the first, encouragement. But if things keep going like this for us, just wait and see. You will be left totally stunned. USSR. In the second stage, the brain has to completely crush the village too, so if this destructive wave is built right, I think ITLL be scary enough. For the second stage, let's keep building quickly. Let's start by giving it some claws using obsidian, of course. Our awesome, gigantic creature needs to keep swinging its legs up high. The monster in building has to be strong enough, so to make the legs look powerful, I decided to do it like this. I think it's looking pretty good. Just like you're standing inside it, I want my creature to be as strong as a bodybuilder. That's why I'm giving it muscles, even if it's just with these cool blocks. I think the creature is turning out awesome, but I still need to make it bigger, scarier, and even stronger. Not everyone thinks I'm a good builder, so I really have to nail this. Now, how should I build its hands? For the fingers to be sturdy, I could use netherite. Right? If you cut it just right, netherite is super strong and will hold up well. So, let's make its fingers out of that. If I were to compete with the best builders in the world, I'd probably come in second to last. The very last spot would go to a villager. Now, we've reached the hardest part, building the head on top. That's going to be tricky. Alright, first, let's cut out a yellowish square, and that'll be the base for the head. For example, this part here will be the neck. Yep, our creature's going to have a neck. To make it different from the others, and so everyone knows it's up to something, let's give it redstone eyes. Honestly, I have no idea how to do that, but maybe I can use the same trick I used for the arms. This is starting to look more like a wall than anything else. I think I need to lower it by 1 block. Now it's ready, and we can actually take a look at it. The eyes are closed, and this creature doesn't really need hair, or maybe it just doesn't care. It could even wander around deaf, and that's fine too. Anyway, maybe I'll add some hair, but honestly, wool isn't the best material for building it. But hey, it works for our weird little system. The hair doesn't need to be all flowy or anything, so let's just see how it looks. Oh wow, that's terrifying. Let's just not look at it on the screen for too long. But according to the rules, we need a monster, so this will do. And one of the most important things, I almost forgot. I think Mariah's version has horns, so let's add those too. Now, let's take a look at our finished creation from the side. This is pure nightmare fuel, but hey, I did my best. The eyebrows are on, everything's ready. Now, all that's left is to wait for our village monster to be built. Is this little green guy really being built for 1,000,000 years or what? Why does it feel like every time we try to be clever at our weddings, someone ends up getting spoiled? We won't see any trickery before it's finished, at least not this time. The patience of the fish village is running out. Our manager Akram is about to lose it. Mirzo says he's done, I'm done, now we're just waiting for it to show up. The library is packed, but you can't get in without permission. Did you ever buy a traditional witch? I had no idea what that even was. It's tough, it's scary, and honestly, you can't argue with that. I think if you just throw out some guesses about the lessons, and whoever left Saturn and Malibu behind, those 3 1-point kids, plus a bunch of others, it all helps keep things balanced. You see the games, right? The place is packed with LVJ blocks, stacked left and right.
Even if you just throw out a guess, they'll say you're a nurse as an excuse, and we'll see the freedom of the homeland. And the reason? You're the greatest. Remember last night, we said let's not let the wind in. We're shutting it out. And you, breaking your own military rules, trying to act all tough, but you just left your reflection in the mirror. During those moments, I truly believe your face shines brighter than 100 suns. They praised you, England, rich with treasures, salty cars, and all that, but I feel like a tragedy, just watching and trying to cheer you on. HM called and said you need to leave your hair behind too much. Oh, my poor heart, she's stepping all over my heart. That girl at least will save on NATO shampoo, right? Anyway, swallowing your words is a tough job. Hey, Denora, Russia made the right call from the start. Standing firm. Are you really ready for a real battle, creature? I'm sure I can take on any man and win something decent. M3 Muang Barty's clear move to Andy Jan this year. Well, it just is what it is, whether you want it or not. The tribe's hands won't stay still, but hey, I'm not getting that kind of money. If you want, you can just keep it for yourself. Hiding out in the USA, getting support. Gulnora's got your back.
I'm calling the Abay department at the arena. I'm out of here. There was no other way. Honestly, going there was scary. Come on, let's save these creatures and get this fight started. Are you also looking for an Uzbek server where you can mess around and play with everyone else? If so, you're in the right place. BSD has it all. Anarchy, chaos, you name it, it's here. I play here all the time, but this guy doesn't seem like the usual type. Here, blocks don't just disappear, so you can go wild and troll as much as you want. Plus, everything is written in Uzbek, so it feels just right. Maybe we'll even dig deep as a team. Like I said, this place is pure anarchy, and I'll never get tired of saying it. Almost everyone writes in Uzbek in the chat there, so if you want, you can just go ahead and blow up someone else's base. Just don't forget, they can do the same thing to you. If you're not into trolling like me, no worries, you can just play PvE style. You can buy stuff here, or open up an auction with this command and sell whatever you've got. Everything you see here is put up by players, and other players buy it. Of course, it's not for real money, just in-game cash. Not feeling that either? Then let's head over to the auto mine. Here, you can mine ores, collect gas, and sell it all right here. The real pros make it onto the in-game leaderboard. Top earners by game currency, top killers, most active players, and at the end, the top shops ranked by tokens and all that jazz. I hope I managed to catch your interest. You'll see it all on the screens and in the video. Let's dive into a quick mental debate. Let's get acquainted with the badge, and then I'll share some info about my very first training sessions. I think today, for the first time, you'll be in second place. Look at this hand, see how crooked it is? If possible, at least in Navoy, just watch yourself these special tactical command flows, their own tunes. Running away, no one would recommend following this shelf. The plan to get trapped behind this, the tail end, it's just extra like kids who haven't even seen the plan or the ES. Just like me, keep that in mind, and now let's check out what I built. Let's see. What I set up is almost the same, except the kings ran off in a different direction, and for some reason, there's only one eye, but the water carriers are identical, just like the ones you built. When I set up the soldiers for the attack, it still looks kind of messy, but hey, that doesn't stop it from fighting. So, don't forget, looks don't matter, we're not judging by appearances. Let's kick off the battle and dive right into the action. Oh, let's set up some divisions and give everyone their rights, let the information flow. Alright, the battle has begun. This year, beating NS isn't that hard, and the final word is still up in the air. Sergei's decision is bringing out the worms, and this Roman KS has just one goal. Society's standing by, Yesenin is old, but still called for a tough lunch one strike with a ball. If I joined in, I'd totally outbow you, just saying. If I'm weak now, ITLL be obvious, you know. I was just joking about the win, but hey, it's actually happening. No turning back now. I'm carrying the load, you get it? The menu's been used, and it's clear someone would have dropped a 1 there. Seed level tactical attack, got it? We're drinking in the understanding, entropy's normal, retirement's fine, let's head to the village this time. Looks like you're in love, gotta admit it. Roke read the creature, and in the dream, Tayton had magic 6th place, not bad. Should I go down and check out the creature below, see the battle? Maybe you'll go even deeper. That means they'll get a taste. So, what do you say, means? Come on, you're not gonna hit Met his is all about making a business, right? Or maybe not, looks like someone else has a different idea. Grandpa, now our Flagstuff, all those factors, are a mess in the village. I need help. I need a scanner. Gotta get to the center. Europe's second winner isn't even clear, and the third decisive stage is coming up. But this time, I'm facing the scariest thing in Minecraft Deep. That's right, Herobrine. Yeah, this time I'm building Herobrine. I have no idea what the village is gonna build, but hey, it's my brand. I just hope I won't regret this later. Building Herobrine shouldn't be that big of a deal for Maymin. It's not like it's some super complicated structure. He's got legs, and that's it. Even if it's a bit of a weird, sneaky idea, let's start building his chest. You can see exactly how it looks on your screens right now. If I haven't forgotten the neighbor well, I hope I didn't. Now, let's stretch Herobrine's legs out nicely toward the sun and keep digging deep into this build. I think for now, there's not much difference from the previous one, so let's just keep digging deeper. That's what I was thinking. Right now, I'm building a blurry building, and once it pops up, if it suddenly latches onto me, well, there's nothing I can do about it. Maybe he'll go crazy with Herobrine, who knows? Hopefully, that won't happen. It's funny, the village is like an administration. I just hope they can at least do something against the villagers, or at least put up a fight. We've made it to Herobrine's waist now. I don't know if it's because I'm building with riches or what, but for some reason, building this blurry building is super easy this time. Everything's just going so smoothly. I'm building this with one hand, like I'm breaking an enigma. After all, I've got Volta Edmodo. If you check out his videos and download them, you'll see what I mean. And no, this isn't an ad. Speaking of ads, go ahead and subscribe to my Telegram channel if you haven't already. I've already shown how this looks in real life, and all the materials used here are German. Don't just toss them on the ground if you want to keep things shiny. There's even a link to the video, and with just one command, you can become a voter too. Well, whatever, that works too. To make sure you don't see it in box number 4, we'll add all sorts of different blocks like this. Even on TV, there's always a nurse in one of the shows, and everyone's hanging around just like this thing I've created. Of course, we need to add that too, and boom, it's ready. I don't know how it looks to you all, but honestly, I'm really enjoying building this right now. It's coming out pretty even. Before making the head with the rim, well, first make the hands. Do a good job with those. I just don't know exactly how to do it yet, but if you do it like this, you'll see how it turns out. To be honest, give me a pin or something, and it's turning into a staircase. Yeah, a real staircase. There's just one thing to fix. I thought if I did it Monday style and got the corners right, it would be perfect, but if we keep it as simple as possible, ITLL work just start from the ground up, and I think this way ITLL look fine. I should have made the head first, honestly. I'm making it harder for myself. Firebreeze shirt is turning out super long, like, way too long. We definitely need to shorten that now. It's looking much better, but the sleeves are still a bit short. Why am I making a regular t-shirt this long? Anyway, well, just swap out all these blocks, and I think it's starting to look awesome. Now, let's do the same kind of tweaks on this side too, and done. Of course, none of them have a head yet. But we'll fix that right now. In the village, in the workshop, someone looked at me like, hey, why did the river explode? Why do I have silk for my crazy side, and why can't I get rid of it with milk? And then there's nothing, just sitting there, super dramatic, thinking about it all. If it's not you, then who? And if we don't do it, will it just disappear? If there's nothing, how does it even work? Now, for the effect around it, the nervous system just chills out. The machine? Whatever, well, deal with it. You can't make it poor, and honestly, I realized it's probably all coming from one teacher. So yeah, I just hope this has nothing to do with what I'm building. Alright, that can only mean one thing: we need to hurry up. Quick, 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 let's build the head for this rascal. Luckily, since this guy's head is basically a perfect rectangle, I'm hoping building it won't give me a headache. But since I'm just winging it from one picture, don't be surprised if things get a little weird. So right here, this is where this blurry dude's hair will go. Okay, from this side, well, do it like this, just like we did on the other side. Boom, block placed. And I think everything's going pretty well so far. Now here, we just close it all up with blocks, and boom, the head is done. Only the finishing touches left. This part is super quick, just slap on the last blocks and done. If Mangroves had come out in the 80s, Herobrine would have looked exactly like this. But I gotta tweak it, because for some reason, I just can't get the face to look right. Maybe if I do it like this, ITLL finally resemble him. Alright, let's get it to 300 and call it a day for the build. Yeah, I think I just need to beef up the head a bit. It's way too long right now. Maybe if I shrink it down, ITLL look awesome. Alright, that's done. Let's close up the top. Over here, well, just add some desert details, and boom, it's got some power. But honestly, I think it all turned out kind of messy. Why, oh why, can't I get this face right? Ugh, whatever, I'm about to just delete Minecraft. But finally, after years of searching, here it is. Blaren's face is done. Now all that's left are the eyes. Making the eyes shouldn't be a problem at all. I mean, it's just two little white dots. How hard can that be? I just need to count the fruit blocks to add on top. That's it. But even making the eyes is turning out to be a struggle. Just look at this. Is this even right? If I put one on this side, it looks like the thing's shooting lasers or something. So, what's the plan here? If I put both eyes lower, what's gonna happen? The wings just freeze up. Wingsex has stopped working. Basically, it looks like it's staring right at us, which is kind of unique, but honestly, I hope it doesn't actually end up looking like this. And now, I'd ask you all to rate Alisher's creation in the comments. Let's use a 10-point scale. Personally, I'd give it a 6, because those eyes just didn't work out. The whole village is done, but if you're a YouTuber, people will always ask, what did you even build, man? Is that your kid's project or what? I built it myself, but honestly, what's the point? If you think about it, if the village had more funding, maybe it would look better. But hey, money isn't everything. No matter how much you invest, someone else's village will always look cooler than yours. Just look at this Black Rose legendary creature vibes, right? But what's the real advantage of this village? It's tough to say.
If I were the patient here, I'd say this has to stop at some point, right? And it's got minerals, so why is it blue-black? When I was a kid, I was sick all the time, sad. But hey, that's life. I built the villa, and they said I should either stop successfully or follow someone's orders. There's a spring here. Let me ask. 1, 2, 3, 4. How much time does it take on average? 1, 2, 3, 4, counting like Verona. But then I mess up at 5, and Gerber always says the opposite, right? And honestly, never tell anyone else about this. Just look at those branches over there. What's up with all these approaches? Why is the back of the chair so flat? If you sleep like this, you'll stay young forever. Seriously, why do my slippers have little stars on the straps? There's a branch, and then the back is all torn up. I've never seen a road like this in real life, not even in legends. Just look at how wide it is. Talk about luck. What do you even call that in Chinese? Arsemendia or something? When you're working on the budget, if the page turns yellow, just let it be. Let's check out that legendary little monkey. Don't rush to call it a monkey, though. The village doesn't hold back, and in the end, it's all about the belly and the 3 drivers.
Why is it legendary? Ideological. Does everyone know it? Of course they do. So what's the problem? But if you really enjoy it and throw some money at it, ITLL never show up. The village, again, is about to mess up everything I've seen. If you don't do your job, nothing will happen, especially with the big shots involved. They say even this project might get shut down because of that. Like, oh, I didn't notice, but then the snow comes back, and with the SSSRMIU, everything's in order. So many days just couldn't fit in. These eyes, they don't get in the way at all during battle. Don't just blindly trust it, though. If you do, your heart will feel obligated, but the shepherd, the Japanese guy, he wasn't against it. If I do it for someone else, does that mean he'll be immortal or what? Helping X out, being a husband, and then Pavel just so his blood pressure can skyrocket. After that, the difference comes from his property, I guess. But this job, we made someone immortal just sprinkle some trust, I know it. Tamaraga, Oren, help is on the way, but my age is in 3rd place, so don't gather up just yet. Get ready, here comes Bryn and the Dreeny Blue Xyli Angru. So, what happened now? There's a file, but why is it just standing there? Our products, they built a nest, but their shape is just stuck there, frozen on the ground. The stable in Fergana, well, the fertilizer, volleyball, German Krotoxtev. Didn't have time to return it, huh? Be careful next time isn't for you. Instead, look, these events are standing strong like real soldiers, all in black. One says, I'm watching, with his face set against the current, and another just keeps on going, never stopping. Right, Mamerjan? Black intuition, big ideas, that's me today. Let's start the village battle, because in the end, everyone gathers up after it spreads out. The group, Raven 1, the Bow Breaks, Pain, or even strong Resistencina one's putting up a fight. Everything's expensive, so just wait and see, the path's almost out of life. What are you even believing in, really? But honestly, just a little patience is all it takes. The village and I don't think it's the same this time, because right now, you're about to get torn apart like a rabbit. You still have no clue how the whole area system works, do you? Mr. Grand, you got this, but there's still a second round of Fatiha left. CIS, Raven, 1,000 regrets, but today just isn't our day. Everything's moving slow, split up, heading out to Moynak, and I believed it when they said Eclosia was losing. Love, Brand, transformation away, it's going to be some shiny, perfect format. Maybe it's just the law.
But this current book, unlike the last quarter, has way more questions than answers. In the village, no matter when you walk, I'm walking on its leaves. There's no fuel, or maybe it just can't be. Out in the snow, Gara's video is losing its life. That's what it takes to create a village like this. At the time, the mayor wanted to step up, but didn't use it right, am I right? You don't even know how to talk, Helio. Ambition, blood, all blocked up, and again, for transformation, Manzura's rabbit is in a duel. My pain, my troublemaker, didn't even have time to call for the helpers. Turns out, Bremen is way stronger than I thought.
Alright, I have to admit it this time, you're the best in the land. Hearing these words was honestly such a treat. The power isn't mine, though, it's his. And if we're talking about power, Armin's first battle was an epic game. There's just one thing I don't get: the names of the places he conquered don't seem right. Please, don't let that be a factor, and don't repeat it in your video either. Also, I recommend checking out the other videos popping up on your screen next, especially the one with the index. We put in a ton of effort filming it, and the land,